Hello everybody, I'm Sam over at Proudface Gaming. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us in the second of these videos looking at the off-meta loadouts. Hello everybody, I'm Sam over at Proudface Gaming. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on this second video looking at some of the off-meta loadouts that we've been running in Warzone. If ever there was a time to consider some of the more off-meta stuff that can be made viable, it's now, while this DMR domination is driving us all crazy. But to be honest, before that we all had the Kilo trouble, then the Bruen, then the Grau, whatever else. There's always going to be a gun that rises to the top, and I don't blame people for using them. There's one that's particularly overpowered or easier to use, in the case of the Kilo, for example, then people are obviously going to migrate across to using it. This video is just a look at some other weapons, though. Look at something else that can be made viable, something else that can be fun. And in this case, while we're looking at the this particular loadout, something that is really effective and viable, and that we've won quite a few games of Warzone recently with. Now, the main component of this video is looking at the crossbow, of all things. A marksman's rifle in Modern Warfare. It's not often seen in Warzone, but you will see the odd guy throwing some crossbow bolts around, having a good time. Chances are that could have been me or my brother. And there's a reason why it can be effective, and it can be used, and it can be viable. First up is if you look at the simple damage profile of landing a single Fury bolt, and these are the ones you're going to typically see and be used in Warzone. The damn thing does 300 damage. So if you conk somebody on the head with one of these Fury bolts, it's an instant down, and then the secondary explosion cleans them up. Or alternatively, if you hit them in their little toe, the initial impact breaks their armor, and the explosion puts them down. So this gun is remarkably powerful. The trick is to just try and make it hit the target. So here's a quick look at some of the ways that we've kitted it out to make it effective, make it viable in the Warzone. Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Sam over at Proudface Gaming. Thanks for joining us in this second video of our little series looking at some of the more off-meta weapons in Modern Warfare in Warzone. Now, if ever there was a time when we needed to look at some of the more off-meta weapons, it would be now, while the DMR is running riot. And don't get me wrong, I can understand why people are using the DMR at the moment. I could understand why people were using the Kilo before that, the Bruen before that, and the Grau before that. They're looking for the gun that gives them an edge, a gun that has a slight advantage, that means they can tip the balance in their favour and give them an increased chance of winning. I understand that completely. For me, though, the use of the same gun by everybody all the time kind of destroys some of the fun, some of the variety in the game. And in our last video, we looked at how we could make the AK-47 viable and have loads of fun with that. And in this video, we're going to start having a look at some other loadouts that are, again, pushing that even slightly further. This time we're going to be looking at, you got it, the crossbow. Now, the crossbow is viable simply on the basis that the damn thing does 300 damage potentially with every single shot. Now, whether or not that's a headshot that gives you the initial 250 damage that puts somebody down, and then the exploding bolt then cleans them up, or whether you shoot them in their little toe and you break their armor with the initial impact and then clean them up with the explosion. Whatever happens, you're doing 300 damage, and it's remarkably effective if you can land those shots. So let's have a quick look at the way that we've got the gun set up, the way that we decided was the most effective for getting the best out of the gun, and also look at the gun that we've run alongside the crossbow to give us a nice balanced loadout.